Breaking news about that ship that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge last night. We now know federal transportation officials have officially launched an investigation into that crash. The two who lost their lives were crew members of that ship, which is currently sitting at Pier 36 on the Lower East Side there. The Mexican Navy says it is a training vessel that was scheduled to visit 22 ports across 15 nations. Those naval officials say they are going to conduct their own investigation as well. There was no major damage to the Brooklyn Bridge. This is according to city officials who say the cause of the crash has yet to be determined, but there are some preliminary conclusions. And for that, let's head out to Fox 5's Michelle Ross, who is live in Lower Manhattan right now. Michelle.
Arthur, the clearance for the Brooklyn Bridge is about 127 feet, but it's clear after seeing the 3 steel masts here snap that the ship's height, the Mexican Navy vessel's height, was higher than that, about 150 feet, with people harnessed dangling in the air. And now federal investigators are trying to get the bottom of this to figure out what happened, leaving 2 people dead.
It's crashing!
A Mexican Navy vessel crashed into the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge on Saturday night. Tex Smith and his friends saw it all happen.
I was just in shock. We all were like really confused, like if this was a stunt for like a film or something.
He and his friends were enjoying the view on the East River like everyone else there.
It was kind of sunset time. Everyone was like really relaxed, sitting on the bench enjoying it, and all of a sudden it struck it, and you could see the bridge shake a little, and a lot of people like immediately started like screamed, and then like ran out from under the bridge, afraid that it was gonna like crash.
A training vessel, Cuauhtémoc, left Pier 17 just minutes before. A federal investigation is underway, but former merchant mariner Dr. Sal Mercogliano says looking at the footage, it appears the ship was backing out of the berth when the northeast current and wind continued the ship's motion in reverse.
It appears when Cuauhtémoc engaged its engines, the ship went astern, in other words, backwards instead of forwards. And so the combination of the ship's propulsion, the wind, and the current set the ship toward the Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge.
The ship was supposed to be heading south to its next destination in Iceland. Many question why there were crew members standing on the masts and why they didn't jump. Dr. Mercogliano says they were harnessed to man the rail, or what's called dress the ship.
And that's to show the vessel saluting the country they're leaving. So on naval vessels, they'll stand along the side of the vessels, but because you have a 3-masted ship with 5 sails on each of the 2 forward masts, it is customary to go up there.
As we wait for answers, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the NTSB will lead the investigation and not the U.S. Coast Guard.
In these types of investigations, sometimes it's the Coast Guard, sometimes it's the NTSB, but the NTSB is leading it. The Coast Guard willingly ceded the authority to lead the investigation to the NTSB.
And the first group of investigators arrived this afternoon, according to Chuck Schumer, and even more will join the investigation. About 277 crew members were on board, 19 were injured, and sadly 2 passed away. We're live on Pier 36 on the Lower East Side. Michelle Ross, Fox 5 News.